Hi, welcome back to the farm. My name's Roz, also known as Passion Flower, and you'll find me here each week talking about my farming and creative life. Now, I've changed the background just slightly. I shuffled the chair a little bit because, as you can see, the sun is quite bright down here, and where I had the chair originally, it was bathed across me quite a bit. So it's nice and warm here in the shed, hence the t-shirt, but it was not providing great light for recording a video. So slightly different this week. On rainy days, I'll probably be back in the normal spot, but I've just moved a little bit for today. I'm about 6 weeks, 7 weeks in to working 5 days a week. So I'm getting used to that routine, but I'm also starting to feel tired from it. And then coming over here and working in the afternoons on those shorter days that I have. And so I haven't this week really done all that much around the farm. There's been just the regular chores to do, but in terms of anything extra, I haven't done a lot. My mum did spend a day and she did some gardening out here in the shed garden. She moved some things around and did some pruning and replanted some other things. So, yeah, she spent some time just sort of pottering around and enjoying the shed garden here, and it's looking good. We might try and move the sheep this week over to the clothesline paddock near Nassie and Chow, our goat, and Nassie is our Marima, because that's got a lot of grass and their paddock here hasn't. I mean, there's still some green there and they're enjoying that little bit, but the grass is quite long over in the other area. So if we can get them over there and eat that down as well as give this spot out here a nice rest, that would be really good. So hopefully I'll be able to show you them enjoying some fresh grass next week. The cats and I are settling in together. Every day is still quite a learning curve. They're both quite snuggly in their own ways at different times. There's not a lot of time where they're together on the couch or the bed with me. They kind of take it in turns. Quinn seems to be the morning person, and Maggie seems to be the evening person. And the rest of the time, the other one will sit somewhere in a window or on a comfy bed, like a cat bed, and enjoy that instead. I do every day when I come home expect to find something moved or destroyed. So far it's been not too bad. Maggie is climbing and exploring everything, and so far she's been quite delicate in what she's done. She did get up onto the bathroom bench last weekend and she knocked the tap. I've got one of those. It's one of those bars that's kind of like for a disability, like easy to use, that you just kind of flick up. So I think she got into the sink and then just kind of accidentally flicked it up, which absolutely scared her. And she doesn't seem to have tried to do it again. I've kind of put some elastic around it when I'm not home, so if it does get knocked up, it should like bring it back down again. I definitely don't want the tap to be knocked on, because especially being on tank water, if that's not noticed for quite a while, that could drain the tank pretty quickly. After I finished recording the other week, I was hearing a tapping noise and I couldn't figure out what it was. And I'm sort of looking around and trying to figure out where it was coming from. And then I realized it was actually a bird stuck inside the firebox and it was using its beak to tap on the glass to try and get out. So I opened up some of the sliding doors and I stood back and quickly opened up the fire. Obviously, there was no actual fire going, just the firebox. And it managed to escape. Thank goodness it alerted me to the fact that it was in there. Otherwise, I might have found dead bird next time I went to light a fire. Over the summer, the fire door opened because I was aware that they can get down the flue and get stuck. But over the winter, like I'd had a fire going a couple of days before that. So when I left the shed, it was still going. So I kept the door closed. And between the fire going out and me coming back here, a bird had gotten stuck in there. So thank goodness I'm over here regularly and can check on that kind of thing. Okay, so as this video goes live, I will be into my second day of the Victorian Hand Knitters and Crocheters Guild market at Marybeck, which is the Coburg Town Hall. Um, when I spoke about it last week, I kind of didn't realize that it was this week. I think because it's the 1st and 2nd of June, I'm like, oh, we're in the middle of May. It's totally fine. Yeah, no. So I've only had this past week to get myself ready. Much less time than I actually thought that I had. Look, I had dyed up plenty and I've got a stack ready to go. I don't feel like that's a problem, but I did have to get my skates on and really rescan and label everything, get all of the scrap packs done that I wanted to get done. I made up some mini skein DK weight inspiration color packs, which I think look really nice. I'm excited to have those. Had to go to the shops and buy the stands for my mini skeins, repack everything, get the hooks all sorted out, and make sure that everything is ready. Another thing I did in preparation for markets was to block out a lot of my bloom sample squares. Some of them I had blocked before, but they were a little bit wonky around the edges. Some I hadn't blocked at all. So I kind of went through and decided which colorways I wanted to block to take with me to these upcoming markets so that I could put them next to their colorways. So I spent an afternoon pinning them out with wires between them, and I just wet blocked them really lightly with a spray bottle just to get them damp. And they've come up looking really nice. So I've added those to my samples little bag that I take with me so that I can add them to my display. So I think I am ready now. So I've got 2 days, 1st and 2nd of June, and then the 9th of June, I'll be in Lancefield at the All About Fibre and Yarn Market. So 2 weekends in a row. So big few weeks for me. That's really unlike me. I normally like to take breaks in between all of that stuff and be really well prepared. But when you have a couple of really great markets that close together, you really can't miss the opportunity to be there with lovely organisers. So yeah, I will be out and about this weekend and next weekend at market. This week I am wearing the Noro striped scarf, except I turned my scarf into a cowl because I only had one skein of the Noro yarn. So I striped it with just a plain black. It is a free pattern, I think it's by Jared Flood. And it's just ribbing, but it just looks so good. I think the colour changes of the Noro yarn just makes it look really good. But yeah, I only had the one skein. So when I finished it, it was way, way too short. So I just sewed it together, and it's one of my favorites to wear because it's nice and snug, and I've had it for quite a long time, so it was nice and soft as well. With cat acclimatization, is that a word? I don't know. And with market preparation, I have not been really inclined to knit all that much. When I finish up for the day and it's been fairly early, pretty much as soon as it gets dark, I'm like, it's time for bed. And by bed, I mean totally like zone out with some old shows of, whatever, something, binge something on my iPad, and then go to sleep quite early as well. So I haven't done a stack of knitting, and I'm continuing to be monogamous, which is something that I haven't really done for quite a while. And so when I am knitting, I am seeing progress because I am only working on the one thing. I have tons of whips, which I've talked about over many, many weeks, that are just sitting doing nothing for the time being. And I will get to them because they're things that I do want to continue. But I'm still just working on my mosaic shawl. And sometimes it is still just a decoration on my lap so that I can get the cats used to me having knitting and the needles and all that kind of thing. But I have done some work. I've been making sure to move my marker between my recording so you can see how much I'm done. So I'm still on to the potion by Owl of Athena section, which is like just a textured kind of dots. And I think then after this, I don't have any more of this dark blue color to do. I think it's just different sections of the other two combined together. The blue purpley gray in here is a one of a kind from Bombed Yarns, and the white with the speckles is from Yarn Trader, and that is called Tea in the Garden. So I'm still really enjoying it. And I said, being monogamous, even though I haven't knit a ton, I mean, there's a lot of stitches on the needles now. So that's all of my knitting this week. Well, that's it for another week. Thanks for spending some time with me. If you're enjoying these videos, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and look forward to seeing you next week on the farm. Bye.